The Great Awakening, the first sensation was cold. Not the sharp bite of winter air, but a deep bone-deep chill that seemed to come from everywhere at once. Dr. Elena Vasquez tried to move her fingers, but they felt like they belonged to someone else. Her eyes opened slowly, fighting against the bright white light that filled her vision. She was lying on what felt like a medical table, but the material was unlike anything she remembered. It was warm now, responding to her body temperature, and seemed to glow with a soft blue light. The room around her was vast, with curved walls that stretched up into darkness. Strange symbols flickered across surfaces that looked like they were made of living crystal. "Welcome back, Dr. Vasquez." The voice came from somewhere above her, calm and professional. "Please remain still while the revival process completes." Alina tried to speak, but her throat felt dry as sand. She managed a weak cough, and immediately a thin tube extended from the wall, offering her water. The liquid tasted perfect, not just clean, but somehow exactly what her body needed. "How long?" she whispered, her voice barely audible. 870,000 years, give or take a few centuries," the voice replied. "You've been in stasis within the Genesis Protocol facility. My name is Dr. Sarah Kim, and I've been awake for about 6 months now." Elena's mind reeled. 870,000 years. It was impossible to comprehend. She had been part of the Genesis Protocol, a last-ditch effort to preserve humanity when the Great Crisis came. But she had expected to wake up in a few hundred years. Maybe 1,000 at most. "The others?" Alina asked, slowly sitting up. Her body felt different, stronger. Her muscles responded with surprising ease, and her vision seemed sharper than she remembered. "We've revived about 50,000 humans so far," Dr. Kim replied, "out of the original 10 million in stasis. The rest are still sleeping, waiting for us to understand what we've woken up to." Alina stood, marveling at how steady she felt. She should have been weak after such a long sleep, but instead, she felt more alive than she had in years.
"What
happened to Earth?" Dr. Kim gestured to a wall, which suddenly became transparent. Alina gasped. Outside, she could see a world that was both familiar and utterly alien. The basic shape of the continents was recognizable, but everything else had changed. The sky was a deep purple, and 2 moons hung in the heavens. Massive trees with silver bark and golden leaves stretched toward the sky, their trunks easily 100 feet across. Strange creatures that looked like flying whales drifted through the air, their bodies glowing with soft bioluminescence. The Galactic Federation found Earth about 800,000 years ago, Dr. Kim explained. They thought humanity had gone extinct. They turned our planet into a nature preserve, letting it evolve and change naturally. What you're seeing is Earth after nearly 1 million years of guided evolution. Alina pressed her hand against the transparent wall. The Galactic Federation. Think of it as a United Nations for the galaxy. Thousands of species working together to maintain peace and order. They've been in charge of this part of the galaxy for over 1 million years, and they never knew we were here. Dr. Kim shook her head. The Genesis Protocol facilities were built deep underground, with technology designed to be completely undetectable. We were hidden so well that even we almost didn't wake up. The automatic systems have been degrading for thousands of years. Alina turned away from the window. "Take me to the others. I need to understand what we're dealing with." As they walked through corridors that seemed to repair themselves as they passed, Alina noticed more changes in her body. Her reflexes were faster, her hearing sharper. She could sense things that should have been beyond human perception. "Dr. Kim, What's happened to us? That's one of the big questions, Dr. Kim replied. The stasis chambers didn't just preserve us, they changed us, enhanced us. We're stronger, faster, smarter. Our immune systems are perfect, and we seem to have stopped aging. Someone modified the Genesis protocol after we went to sleep. They entered a large chamber where dozens of humans were gathered. Alina recognized the organized chaos of a military briefing. At the center of the group stood a man in his 30s with sharp eyes and the bearing of someone used to command. Dr. Vasquez, he said, approaching with a warm smile. I'm Captain Marcus Chen. I was hoping you'd wake up soon. We need your expertise. Alina shook his hand, noting that his grip was firm but controlled. What's the situation, Captain? We've been monitoring the Galactic Federation's communications for months, Marcus replied. They're not all friendly. There are several species that believe extinct civilizations should stay extinct. They think we're dangerous. Are we? Alina asked. A young woman with oil-stained hands and bright eyes stepped forward. I'm Sophia Reyes, Chief Engineer, and the answer is complicated. We've been testing our new abilities. Alina, we can process information at incredible speeds. We can adapt to environments that would kill baseline humans, and we seem to have an intuitive understanding of technology that shouldn't be possible. Alina absorbed this information. Show me. Sophia led her to a console covered in alien technology. This is a communication device we salvaged from an abandoned Federation outpost. Watch. She placed her hands on the strange crystalline interface, and immediately the device came to life. Holographic displays filled the air, showing star charts and communication networks that spanned the galaxy. I don't understand the language, Sophia said, but somehow I know how to use it. It's like the knowledge is already in my head. Alina tried it herself, and the sensation was extraordinary. The moment she touched the alien technology, she understood its purpose, its functions, even its limitations. It was as if her mind had been designed to interface with systems she had never seen before. Someone prepared us for this, Alina said quietly. Someone knew we would need to interact with alien technology. Marcus nodded. The question is who and why. Their discussion was interrupted by alarms echoing through the facility. Sophia ran to the communications console, her hands dancing over the controls. We have visitors. A Federation ship just entered Earth's atmosphere. Alina felt a strange sensation in her chest, like her heart was responding to something her mind hadn't yet recognized. This is it. First contact. Not exactly, Marcus said grimly. We've been monitoring their communications. They're not here to make friends. They're here to investigate reports of anomalous activity on Earth. What kind of anomalous activity? Alina asked. Us, Sophia replied. Our technology use has been detected. They know something is happening on Earth, and they're coming to investigate. Alina looked around at the assembled humans. 50,000 people, enhanced beyond their original capabilities, but still vastly outnumbered by a galactic civilization that had been established for nearly 1 million years. How long do we have? The ship will be here in 6 hours, Marcus said. We need to decide how to handle this. Do we hide? Do we reveal ourselves? Do we prepare for conflict? Alina thought about the enhancements they had received, about the knowledge that seemed to flow into her mind when she touched alien technology. We reveal ourselves, but we do it on our terms. That's risky, Marcus warned. We don't know how they'll react to discovering humans are still alive. It's riskier to hide, Alina replied. If they're already detecting our activity, they'll find us eventually. Better to control the circumstances of first contact. Sophia looked up from the console. I can prepare a communication package, something that will show them we're not a threat, but also that we're not helpless. Elena nodded. Do it. But Sophia, I want you to include something else. I want you to show them that we can enhance their technology, that we can contribute to their civilization. Marcus raised an eyebrow. What do you have in mind? Elena smiled, feeling more confident than she had since waking up. I'm thinking about that old human saying, if you can't beat them, join them. But first, you make sure they need you. As the Federation ship approached Earth, Elena stood in the communication center, watching the alien vessel through the facility's sensors. It was beautiful in its own way, a crystalline structure that seemed to bend light around itself. She could see smaller ships detaching from the main vessel, heading toward the surface. Dr. Vasquez, Marcus said, are you ready for this? Elena looked at her hands, still amazed by the steady strength she felt in them. She thought about humanity's long sleep, about the mysterious enhancements they had received, about the galaxy full of civilizations they were about to meet. Marcus, I've been ready for this my whole life. I just didn't know it yet. The alien ships descended through Earth's purple sky, carrying representatives of a galactic civilization that had thought humanity extinct for nearly 1,000,000 years. In the depths of the Genesis Protocol facility, 50,000 enhanced humans prepared to announce their return to the galaxy. Elena touched the communication console, feeling the alien technology respond to her enhanced mind. Sophia, open a channel. It's time to introduce ourselves. As the communication systems activated, Elena felt that strange sensation in her chest again. It was anticipation, but more than that. It was the feeling of destiny unfolding, of a story that had been waiting 870,000 years to begin. Asterisk. The Federation's dilemma, the alien that materialized in the Genesis Protocol facility, was unlike anything Elena had ever imagined. It stood nearly 8 feet tall, with skin that seemed to shift between silver and blue depending on the angle of light. Its 4 arms moved with fluid grace, and its large, multifaceted eyes reflected the chamber's lighting like jewels. When it spoke, its voice resonated through the room with harmonic undertones that made Elena's enhanced hearing tingle. I am Admiral Kethfer of the Galactic Federation Council, it said, its words translated by technology that Elena somehow understood instinctively. I have come to investigate reports of unauthorized technology use on this preserved world. Elena stepped forward, feeling the weight of representing her entire species. I am Dr. Elena Vasquez, and I speak for humanity. We are the original inhabitants of this world, and we have returned after a very long sleep. The alien's 4 arms went rigid, and its eyes widened. Impossible. Humans have been extinct for 873,000 years. Our records are clear. Your records are wrong, Elena replied calmly. We have been in stasis, preserved by our own technology. We are very much alive. Admiral Kethfer activated a device on its uniform, and suddenly the chamber was filled with floating holographic displays showing Federation records. Elena could see star charts, biological surveys, and what looked like historical time. Her enhanced mind processed the information with startling speed. According to our surveys, human civilization collapsed 873,000 years ago, Kethfer said. There were no survivors. We have extensive documentation of the final human settlements failing one by one. Captain Marcus stepped forward. Admiral, What if your surveys missed something? What if some humans had the foresight to preserve themselves? The alien's attention shifted to Marcus, and Alina noticed its posture change subtly. You are a military leader, it observed. Your bearing suggests strategic training. Former military, Marcus confirmed. And I'm curious about something. Why did you think humans went extinct? What happened to our civilization? Kethva was quiet for a long moment. That information is classified at the highest levels of the Federation. I am not authorized to share it with non-member species. Sophia had been quietly working at the alien communication console, and now she looked up with excitement. Alina, I've been analyzing their data streams. There's something strange about their records of human extinction. What do you mean? Alina asked. The records show human civilization declining gradually over about 1,000 years, but then there's a gap. A period of about 50 years where there are no records at all. Then suddenly, the records show complete extinction. Admiral Kethva S4 arms began moving in what Alina recognized as agitation. That information is not for your eyes, human. Alina felt that strange sensation in her chest again, stronger this time. Her enhanced intuition was telling her something important. Admiral, I think there's something you're not telling us. Something about why humans really disappeared. The alien was silent for a long moment, then activated another device. The chamber filled with images of space, showing vast fleets of ships and scenes of battle. Very well. You will learn this eventually if you are to rejoin galactic civilization. 873,000 years ago, humanity was not extinct. You were evacuated. Alina felt the blood drain from her face. Evacuated. By whom? By the Federation, Kethva replied. Your species was removed from Earth and relocated to colony worlds in the Outer Rim. It was for your own protection. Protection from what? Marcus demanded. The holographic displays changed, showing images that made Alina's enhanced mind real. Massive creatures that seemed to be made of living darkness, ships that appeared to consume light itself, and stars going dark across entire sectors of space. The Void Hunters, Kethva said quietly. An ancient enemy that had been dormant for millions of years. They awakened 873,000 years ago, and they were drawn to worlds with high concentrations of what you would call psychic energy. Earth was one of their primary targets. Alina stared at the images, but we weren't. Psychic. Humans don't have those abilities. You do now, Kethva observed. The enhancements you have received, the intuitive understanding of technology, the enhanced physical and mental capabilities, these are all signs of psychic development. Sophia looked up from the console. Admiral, are you saying someone gave US psychic abilities while we were in stasis? That is what concerns us, Kethva replied. Species that develop psychic abilities after extended stasis often become unstable, dangerous. The Federation has protocols for dealing with such situations. Alina felt a chill that had nothing to do with the chamber's temperature. What kind of protocols? Containment, study, if necessary, permanent isolation. Marcus stepped forward, his military bearing becoming more pronounced. Admiral, I think you're misunderstanding the situation. We're not unstable. We're not dangerous. We're just trying to understand what's happened to us. That remains to be determined, Kethva said. I must report your existence to the Federation Council. They will decide your fate. Elena's enhanced mind was working rapidly, processing everything she had learned. Admiral, before you make that report, I'd like to show you something. She moved to the alien console, placing her hands on the crystalline interface. Immediately, the device responded to her touch, but this time, she did something different. Instead of just reading the information, she began to modify it. "What are you doing?" HFY demanded. "I'm improving your communication system," Alina replied. "Watch." The holographic displays suddenly became clearer, more detailed. The communication range extended dramatically, and data processing speeds increased by orders of magnitude. Alina could feel the alien technology responding to her enhanced abilities, becoming more efficient and powerful. "Impossible," HFY breathed. "That system has been optimized by our best engineers for thousands of years." "But it wasn't optimized for human intuition," Alina said. "Admiral, what if we're not a threat to the Federation? What if we're an asset?" Sophia stood up, her eyes bright with excitement. "Alina, I've been analyzing their ship systems through the communication link. I can see ways to improve their engine efficiency by 30%. Marcus nodded. "And I've been studying their tactical formations. They're good, but they're predictable. Humans could help them develop new strategies." Admiral HFY was staring at the enhanced communication system, its 4 arms moving in patterns that Alina interpreted as amazement. "How is this possible? Your species was barely space-capable when you were evacuated." "We've had 870,000 years to evolve," Alina said. "Someone enhanced us during our stasis, but they didn't make us unstable. They made us better." "But who?" HFY asked. "Who had the knowledge to enhance an entire species?" Alina felt that sensation in her chest again, and suddenly she understood. It was the Federation, wasn't it? Some part of the Federation enhanced us. HFY's posture changed dramatically. "That is impossible. The Federation Council would never authorize such an experiment." "But not everyone in the Federation answers to the Council," Alina said. "There are species that operate independently, aren't there?" The alien was quiet for a long moment. "How do you know this?" "Because I can feel it," Alina replied. "This enhancement we received, it's not just making us stronger or smarter, it's connecting us to something larger. We can sense things we shouldn't be able to sense." Sophia looked up from the console. "Alina, I'm reading massive energy signatures coming from the outer system. Multiple Federation ships, different species. The Council," HFY said. "Word of your existence has already spread. They are coming to evaluate you." Alina felt a moment of fear, but then her enhanced confidence took over. "Good, we're ready to meet them." Marcus moved to her side. "Alina, are you sure about this? We're talking about facing representatives of an entire galactic civilization." "I'm sure," Alina replied. "Marcus, we've been enhanced for a reason. We were preserved for a reason. And I think we're about to find out what that reason is." The chamber's displays lit up with incoming communication requests. Alina could see ships from dozens of different species approaching Earth, their intentions unknown. Some seemed curious, others appeared hostile. "Admiral HFY," Alina said, "I have a proposal. Let us prove our worth to the Federation. Give us a chance to show what enhanced humanity can contribute to galactic civilization. And if you prove to be dangerous," HFY asked, **. Alina smiled, feeling the strength of her enhanced abilities and the confidence of her species. "Then, at least you'll know what you're dealing with. But Admiral, I think you're going to be surprised. Humanity has always been at its best when facing the impossible." As the Federation fleet approached Earth, Alina stood in the communication center. preparing to address representatives of species that had ruled the galaxy for nearly 1,000,000 years. She thought about the long sleep, about the mysterious enhancements, about the future that lay ahead. "Dr. Vasquez," Marcus said, "whatever happens next, I want you to know that humanity chose the right person to speak for us." Alina looked at her hands, still marveling at the steady strength she felt in them. She thought about the Void Hunters, about the evacuation of humanity, about the long chain of events that had led to this moment. "Marcus," she said, "I don't think we're just speaking for humanity anymore. I think we're speaking for something much bigger." The alien ships filled the sky above Earth, carrying representatives of a galactic civilization that was about to rediscover what it meant to be human. And in the depths of the Genesis Protocol facility, Dr. Alina Vasquez prepared to negotiate. Humanity's place in a galaxy that had thought them extinct for 870,000 years. The real story was just beginning. Asterisk.